If I started investing in July 2026, this is what I'd do. Your cash sitting in a normal current account right now is bleeding out at 4% a year while the banks laugh all the way to their bonuses. That hidden inflation tax is quietly slicing chunks off your savings pot every single month. Stick around and I'll show you exactly how I'd build a growing investment machine starting today in July 2026, so your money starts working harder than you do. Click away now and that slow leak turns into a flood that empties your future wealth. But here is the catch. Most beginners think investing means guessing the next hot share or timing the market like a casino. That approach empties accounts faster than a bad night in Vegas. Instead, I'd start with a rock-solid base that stops the bleeding first. Picture your emergency fund as a thick concrete barrier around your life. 3 to 6 months of expenses parked in an easy-access saver paying 4 to 5% interest. Look at this exact number. With inflation hovering around 3%, your cash actually grows in real terms instead of shrinking. Open a top easy-access account through a comparison site. Transfer your emergency pot today and watch it sit there earning while you sleep. No fancy apps, no daily checks, just quiet protection that lets you take smarter risks later. And this is where most people get caught out. They jump straight into stocks with money they might need next quarter. One surprise bill, and they sell at a loss, turning a solid plan into a painful scar. Build that barrier first. Once it's locked in, your confidence skyrockets, because the safety net is already drawn on the whiteboard. Let me show you the math on this. Say you stash away £500 a month into that high-interest saver. After 12 months, you've got over £6,000 plus the interest stacking on top. That pile becomes your launchpad. Now shift to the growth engine. But it gets worse if you ignore fees. Tiny charges that look harmless on paper can devour half your future gains. I'd pick a low-cost platform with rock-bottom dealing fees and zero custody charges. Visualize your money as seeds in fertile soil. Drop them into a global index fund that tracks thousands of solid companies across the planet. No stock-picking drama. Just the entire market working for you. Here's the raw proof. A broad global fund averaging 7% a year after fees turns £200 monthly into over £120,000 after 20 years. Compound interest does the heavy lifting. Your investment pot climbs steadily higher each year because every pound you add starts earning its own children and grandchildren. Set up a direct debit on payday so the money leaves your account before you can spend it on another takeaway. That automation turns good intentions into unstoppable growth. But here is the catch again. Inflation and market dips will test your nerve. One bad year and panic sellers dump everything, turning paper losses into permanent ones. I'd keep investing through the dips like a machine. Picture the whiteboard showing a jagged line that always trends upward over time. History proves the longest winning streak belongs to those who stay invested. Check your portfolio twice a year max. Any more and you're feeding anxiety instead of wealth. Let me show you the math on this. If you pause contributions during a 20% crash, you miss the recovery rocket that follows. Staying in adds extra thousands because you buy more units when prices are cheap. Your pounds stretch further and the rebound multiplies everything. That's the silent advantage most beginners never see. And this is where most people get caught out with lifestyle creep. Salary rises get swallowed by bigger cars and flashier holidays instead of extra contributions. I treat every pay bump as fresh investment fuel. Visualize your income as a river. Divert 10% straight into the investment pot before it reaches your spending account. That small diversion builds a separate wealth river flowing parallel to your daily life. But it gets worse when you chase shiny trends. Crypto fads, meme stocks, or that mate's hot tip. They create exciting whiteboard drawings full of spikes, then brutal crashes. I'd ignore the noise and stick to proven broad funds. Diversify across regions and sectors so one bad apple doesn't rot the whole barrel. Your portfolio becomes a sturdy oak tree with roots spread wide instead of a single fragile sapling. Look at this exact number. Spreading investments cuts your risk by more than half compared to single country bets while keeping the long-term growth intact. Rebalance once a year by selling a little of what's grown fastest and buying more of the laggards. That simple move keeps the balance healthy and forces you to sell high and buy low automatically. Let me show you the math on this. A diversified portfolio growing at 6 to 8% turns consistent contributions into life-changing sums by your 40s or 50s. Add in premium bonds for a bit of fun lottery-style excitement with your smaller play money, and you've got both steady growth and occasional thrills without the gambling regret. But here is the catch one last time. Tax can sneak up and take bites if you're not careful. Use your tax-free allowances wisely. Pay into pensions for the government top-up and keep records clean for HMRC. Track every contribution so you never overpay a penny in unnecessary tax. That discipline alone adds thousands back into your pocket over the decade. Your investment pot climbs because every decision compounds. Start small this July 2026, stay consistent, and watch the whiteboard fill with bigger and bigger numbers over time. The Money Mad community is building real wealth together brick by brick, pound by pound. Stay smart and be money mad.